my name's John, welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. I've had a lot of time in the workshop this week because Deb's been away on holiday, she's been to Spain for a week. Thankfully she's come just back tonight, later on tonight. Tonight's nightcap has a lot of machining going on. I get the pulley finished for the drill eventually. I get the little pins finished for the large tractor, for his rear tractor linkage, I get them done. Yesterday I had a full day away with Richard working on his Sentinel steam wagon, and we managed to get quite a lot done. It's actually starting to go back together now instead of coming apart, which is quite a pleasing thing. I buy a new piece of equipment or a new tool for the shop, I'll show you that. Richard kindly gave us a selection of softback books, engineering books on welding and cutting, model boiler making, steam engine building. I'll show you them, they're quite interesting. I do like reading books. For the last 2 or 3 Sundays I've put a little short video up showing me doing a little bit of cooking in the kitchen. Basically it was just started off as a bit of a laugh, but it's getting a lot of views, so I'll probably keep on doing it. I've had 1 or 2 comments from various people saying that they don't want to watch cooking videos. Well, it's simple, just don't watch them. The title says it's about cooking. I do plenty of engineering, so I'm going to put a little bit of cooking up as well because people seem to like it. If somebody puts a comment up saying they don't like it, please don't reply to the comments. Just let them go, you know. I don't want this channel to turn out to be a nasty place where people are slagging each other off. I like things to be nice and friendly. There's children watch my videos, that's why I try not to swear. Let's try and keep it a nice, friendly, happy place. Like I say, if you don't want to watch cooking videos, don't watch them. Simple as that. Just the part where the grub screw's been into the key ring caused the damage. It won't take a great lot. That's nice. That's a nice fit. Right, the idea is to mount the pulley on there to drill the hole through for the grub screw. That's going to get you very near, and if you want super accurate then you put a clock gauge on. Right, so that's as near square, it makes no difference. I had a couple of comments on the spanner last week. Somebody says it was a Mercedes spanner. It's got on there Hayco Germany, and on that side it has got Mercedes-Benz 2219. I've got no idea where it's come from. I've just always had it. I drilled a hole in there because I used to hang it on a board on my milling machine. I did have it at work years and years ago, so chances are it came to a Mercedes car that we scrapped. But it is an ideal spanner to use on the milling machine, and I use it all the time. Right, back to the job at hand. There's 3 strong bits in the casting. 1, 2, 3. These 2 have already got grub screws in. That one there hasn't. That's the one I'm going to put the grub screw through. So we're going to line this up with the centre line of the machine so it can drill and tap the grub screw hole. Right, all I've done is put a nice long straight drill in there and eyeball it down the centre of that web there. You can get, with your eyeball you can get within thousandths actually if you practice and take your time. It's certainly going to go down near enough the centre of that boss to get a grub screw in. Right, once again I've eyeballed the centre of the pulley. I can't get a centre drill in, so I'll just use a 5mm tapping drill. Right, that's right in the middle. Right, 6mm tap, good one. That's certainly well started now. Right, that's all the way through. Right, next thing is we need to make a grub screw for there, or at least shorten a longer grub screw for there. That's a good fit on that shaft. Very happy with that. I am going to make a ER32 collet chuck for this lathe, but for the minute I've just gripped the one I actually made for a box fan. I made a mess of the threads inside, but the chuck's perfectly alright. I've just set that up in a 4-jaw chuck and I'll be able to use that. The beauty of these is you can grip the likes of this threaded grub screw without damaging the threads, when an ordinary 3-jaw chuck would possibly damage the threads. So I can grip that in there. All I want to do is shorten it, face it off, put a little centre drill mark in, and then machine it taper on. Similar to the end, it already comes from the manufacturer. That's the sort of end you need, like a little dimple on the end. Just cut it off to length. Working right-handed here for the benefit of the camera. I am left-handed. These are really hard, these. Certainly hacksaw blade destroyers. See, I'm using the infamous bed protector. So a little bit more. Oh, look at that. Bollocks, man. Twatting thing. It's fell. Would you believe it's actually fell out the chuck and gone into the down here somewhere. It'll just be quicker to shorten another one, I think, and piss about there looking for it. Oh, found it. It's in the bed of the lathe. I take it all back. See how the collets work now, taper in there. And that pushes the collet in and contracts it. That just clips into there. Like that. Get a really good grip. These, I've got a one I use on the milling machine as well. I like them. Probably needs a little very fine countersink in the end. And that leaves us with a nice sharp edge on that will bite in to the shaft quite nicely. Just going to put a little bit more chamfer on it. That's it. You can see the end there how it's got a sharp edge around, so it's going to bite nicely into the shaft. I've made me that grub screw, that's it in there. I'm going to make sure it's opposite the key where all the damage is, so that's got to go down in there like that. Right, we'll put a mark on, there's the mark there. I just want a little flat file on there now for that grub screw to lock into. We'll use Mr. Flat File. Right, we'll not, because that's as hard as a hob's of hell. We'll use Mr. Angle Grinder. So all I want to do is put a flat on there. I need to stop this shaft turning while I machine it. I'll grind a flat on it. I'll put a bit of aluminium packing or aluminum packing, depending on which way you look at it. A pair of mull grips. So it'll not take a lot, just a gentle grip. It's not exactly precision engineering, but it's the same width all the way, which means it'll be the same depth down the shaft, and that's going to do the job for me, no problem at all. And put a pulley back on with my grub screw lined up with a flat, which it is. Right, we'll want a depth setting. What I'll put it higher and I can tap it down. Little nip on there. I'll move the camera so you can see the idea of how I'm going to set this up. Touching both sides of that one. Nearly. Yeah, just touching that now. And just see him there. Right. Now we can tighten this up. Right, that's tight. That's going nowhere. This is the original belt off the machine. As you can see, it's not very good. It's cracking, breaking, old. So being the motor trade, one thing we can get is drive belts. We'll put it in the middle one. So a friend of mine has one of these drills and he uses the middle setting on the pulleys and the lower range on the gearbox. That's all he ever does. Right, we'll adjust this belt a little bit. It needs to be tight, but not ridiculously tight, because it's got a very good wrap round area. That's tight enough. This method of adjusting the belt's great with just the motor's mounted on a couple of shafts that slide in and out. 2 lock screws. There's two grease nipples on the main spindle, I'll have to grease them. But basically that's taking all the wobble out of that. That's running nice and true now. There is noise on the front one. I'll grease them bearings and see if it takes the noise off. But that pulley's running beautifully and true. It's not going to give any problems. As you can imagine, this small garage is starting to get rather full now, and that's where the drill's going to go in that corner. I've had to move add a little grinder there with a polishing mop on and a wire brush. I'll put that in either shot up the garden where most of the grinding and polishing goes on. I do only welding up there, so there'll be more use up there. The other drill press is going where somebody wants that. Anyway, that's going to be a better tool for me. I've got some steel shafts here. These are actually shafts out of shock absorbers on cars. They're nice and straight, beautifully finished, but they are extremely hard. I'm not sure if that's chromed on there. I don't think it is. I think it's just hardened material. What I'm intending doing is I'll put two of these into the wood burning stove and see if it'll take the temper out of them, see if it'll soften them so I can machine them. It is possibly chromed that, but the material underneath is nice and hard anyway. Anyway, I'll put two in the fire, get them red hot, let them cool down overnight and see if we can go from there. It could be a good supply of free steel. Right, they should cook quite merrily in there overnight. That's one of the shock absorber spindles I put in the fire last night. Was in the fire for all night. I've just taken it out now, so it was glowing red for at least 4 hours, and then the fire slowly cooled off overnight. Right, so it has softened it compared to that one, which has no chance of fire won't mark that. So the next thing to do with this is make something with it and then try and retemper it. I'll probably treat it like a silver steel. It could be quite a handy material for one or two of the various parts I make. I mean, I'm not making bits for nuclear reactors, it's nothing safety critical we made out of that, but for making tooling it will be very handy. That's a smaller one. And that's soft as well. This is the item of tooling I bought for the shop. It's a Jones & Shipman knurl for, obviously for putting knurls on bar. I bought it off eBay, I didn't pay a lot of money for it. And it also come with a lot of knurling wheels, some of which haven't been used, and these are quite expensive. There's also some spare pins for it as well. I've wanted a decent knurl for a while, and now I've got one. I'll probably do a little bit of video this week showing how it's used, or at least how I use it. These knurls are better than the knurls where you just force them into the job. This one, the weight's put on by that nut and it squeezes down onto the shaft like that. It means you're putting a lot less load on your machine. These are the books Richard kindly gave us. Welding, and cutting, pipe work and welding, model boilers and boiler making. I think I've got that one. Handbook on gas and electric welding. Glass fibre handbook. It's a while since I've played with glass fibre. I wouldn't be playing with it anymore, I hope. Building a vertical steam engine from castings. Soldering and brazing. Model stationary and marine steam engines. Excellent. Quite a few nights reading in these. Nice setups there, faceplate setups. Looks like a Stuart Turner designed engine they're building.